'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the trailer not a feller was stirring, not even Cousin Tater. The beer cans were strung by the coal stove with care, with the hopes that Santa Claus feller would soon be there. The coon dogs were nestled, all snug in their beds, while the visions of a good night's hunt danced through their heads. The possum was a baking, and we had beer on tap, and I was headed to the outhouse to take a big old crap. And out in the yard, there rose a big old clatter, and I grabbed my 12-gauge shotgun and yelled, "What's the matter?" Toward that commotion, I flew like a flash, while loading my shotgun, getting ready to shoot somebody right square in the ass. And I tell you what, that moon, she was a-shining, a real bright on that snow, so I could see real clear that it wasn't that meth head, Jimbo. But what to my lazy eye did appear but a little bitty old sleigh and 8 big old white-tailed deer. And in that little old sleigh was the driver, so lively and quick, I knew right then and there I just about shot old Saint Nick, so I hunkered down to take a little listen. He was a-hooping and a-hollering and a big old fit he was a-pitching. He was yelling, "Now Thrasher and Dasher, now you piece of shit Chevy, on Vomit, on Cupid, on Fat Ass, you're stupid. Get up on the top of that porch and don't you fuck around and fall, 'cause we know these hillbillies ain't got no insurance at all." And up in the air they flew with that sleigh plumb full of shit, and that big old fat feller in it. I think they call him Saint Nick. Then in a twinkling, I snuck to my trailer. I didn't want him to see me, 'cause he's a crazy old feller. I laid down my shotgun and had just turned around when I heard Saint Nick bust my whole trailer door down. He was a ranting and a raving and covered in soot, and my coon dogs, they grabbed him, one on each foot. He spat at my coon dogs and he started to kick. I said, "You don't want to do that, Santy, for you're going to be in a world plumb full of shit." He looked at me with them eyes a-glistening. I said, "Welcome to Appalachia, Santa Claus. See what you've been missing?" He smiled and he winked. He had little dimples. How merry. He said, "You got any of that corn liquor? I know you make the cherry." I asked, "You ain't a revenuer, are you?" as I gave him a sip. He said, "Well, hell no, you dumbass. Where can I get a gallon of that shit?" He took a big old swig and drew his mouth into a bowl. I said, "Hold up, Sandy feller. You gotta sip that shit real slow." He looked at me and nodded, placed his pipe in his teeth. I yelled, "Don't light that shit, Santa Claus. You'll blow us to smithereens." He looked at me real pitiful, started rubbing his big belly, then had the nerve to ask if I had any blackberry jelly. I said, "What the hell, Santa Claus? You ain't nothing but a bum. Thought you was the one that's supposed to be handing out presents," as I reached for my gun. And with a wink of my eye, I had both barrels ready. I had a bead on his ass real nice and steady. I said, "Listen here, Santa feller, you better get your ass to work. Well, you see them deer out there? They'll be made into jerk." With a wink of an eye and a nod of his head, let me know real quick he didn't want his deer dead. He went to slanging gifts so fast he couldn't even get no traction. When he got done with that, he turned around and handed me a Winchester 94. Lever action. Then he looked at me real sad like, started rubbing his nose. I said, Santa, for that shit you gotta go on out the road." And with that, you should have seen him running to his sleigh, hooping and hollering at them poor old deer. Up, up, and away! And they all took off like a bat plumb out of hell. And when he got in the air, I thought I heard him yell, Merry Christmas, you hillbilly twat. Ain't nobody else getting a thing, 'cause you done took all I got."